Woo-hoo-hoo! Hey, welcome to another live show. Now, of course, we're moving to 2 live shows a day. It's going to be the intention, and we're going to have a lot of fun. They're going to be different topics, so very, very cool. Today, we're starting off pretty easy, and of course, we're going to look at the Hex chart, the Hedron chart, potential pennant breakout as well, which typically halfway up a continuation move. It sort of breaks out, so we're going to look at that. A bit of a hangout session with the community. Hope you enjoy that. We're also going to look at Richard Hart's latest and greatest tweets and see what he's up to as well. But exciting times ahead for sure. Let me just double check that everything's up and running. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, and get into a chat. It's been some really cool times going over the last couple of days. I think momentum's really starting to build up, so it's going to be pretty cool to see that. So let me just double check the audio's in house. That sounds very good. Cool. Looking good, folks. Looking good indeed. So yeah, get into the chat, say hello, and let's have a bit of fun. Let me know what you think's happening with the price of Hex and Hedron in the chat, of course. This is a community chat. So get in there, folks, and let's see whether we can share stuff. If you've heard anything of insight, any insight on any other channel or any news you think's really cool, let us know in the chat as well. And of course, we'll check that out. Nice. Hey, we've got John Gibbons in the house there. John says, hey, Hex Token, thanks for everything. I appreciate that, John, and right back at you. It's a two-way thing, and I really do appreciate support for the community. I hope I show that in every show, but that's the way I feel as well. Anyman says, hello, buddy. Hey. Yeah, so we're working on 2 things too. Working on a new channel, YouTube channel. It's going to be an interesting topic. That's going to be a collab with a professional entertainer in his field, so it's going to be really cool. And yeah, I'll talk about that soon. And of course, also another platform, community social platform. So that's also working on at the moment. So once I get that up and running, it'll be cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to keep expanding into this, into the future of Pulsechain. Pulsechain is a real big game changer, and it's going to be fun, man. Honestly, it's I can just feel the momentum building. I want to play a big part with that, with building out some stuff. And of course, I know many of you are getting excited as well. So it's going to be really cool. We've got Taffrin in the house with the money bags. Love it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Awesome. And Brennan as well. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I actually set up the live stream with the wrong time. So this is probably the earliest I've done a time. Oh, no, I actually did when Richard launched, I think one of the Pulsechain, the PulseX Sacrifice. I think I was just happened to be watching Richard's Twitter in the morning. First time I did that, and I launched, did a live stream that straight away when it launched. So that was true. I think that was the 20, was it the 30th of December, something like that? Because the first 12 days was the 10,000 points for $1. So that was pretty fun. Anyway, very, very cool. We've got the ducks in the house. That's right. We're playing the music. I've turned it down a little bit though. We've got it at 25 setting, feeding the ducks. That's our background music. It's pretty popular, so we like that too. Let's get into it though. We've got Richard Hart's tweets over the last 24 hours. Let's have a look here. We've got Commander stunning debate victory 2 days later. It's basically removed from everywhere on the internet. The world is so screwed up. It's only here for now, Odyssey. So you can actually see all Richard's videos on Odyssey. Let's actually pull that up, see whether we can pull Odyssey up here on this. And so here's Richard's last debate that he had with the Bitcoiners. But let's have a look at his channel now. We'll get out of the channel there. We've got, man, he's already up to 2,283 followers. I do strongly encourage you to get on there, follow Richard Hart. Also, you can follow Hex Token as well on there. And it really is free speech. It's on the blockchain, so the videos can't be pulled down. And it's really amazing. So everything, once you join up to Odyssey as a content creator, everything, all the videos, and if you import your channel into Odyssey, what happens is it automatically uploads your videos as you do it, like maybe a couple hours later. Every video that you do gets uploaded into Odyssey, so it's pretty cool like that. And of course, you can actually earn LBC tokens on Odyssey, which is their native token, watching videos and stuff like that. And there's other rewards, so it's actually a pretty cool site. It's kind of ideal actually. There's no Overwatch, no overlord on there. No political agendas. It's just freedom to really speak your mind, and so it's pretty good. So I do encourage you to join, follow Richard Hart on Odyssey. That way you'll never miss a video if it gets taken down. You can see he's got all his latest and greatest stuff here. Very, very cool. The other thing, of course, is you can also join Hex Token on there. So you can do that. So Hex Token's on there. So we just crossed over 100 followers on there. Obviously, that's nothing compared to Richard's, but that's a good start, right? I do appreciate all the people that followed over there on Odyssey, so definitely do that. In fact, I'll put the links in the video description if you want to follow over there. Bam. I might actually post another one on the community tab as well, so check that out. Anyman's in the house says, good afternoon from the States. Hey, big shout out. I know it's probably a better time in the morning when I stream in the morning for United States people to watch, because I think it's probably a better part of the day as well. Brennan says, I left a message before in live chat because I seen you set live PM local time, then you changed it AM. I thought I would double check. You were right there, Brendan. I had it on the wrong time frame when I loaded up because I didn't see the PM on there and AM. So yeah, definitely that's cool. And of course, I'll post Richard's one as well. Let me just post Richard's here. So this is Richard's channel on Odyssey. Definitely join up to Odyssey. It really is cool. And of course, you can just add it to one of your favorites on the URL side of it. Definitely get into that because we want to be able to, communicate as long as possible. Bitfinex is in the house. Woo-hoo! That's a massive anthem chart there. Chant, I should say. Nice one, Bitfinex. Very, very cool. All right, so that's getting that out of the way. So check those two channels, and obviously that's what Richard's got here. I am processing one to upload in Telegram. Don't forget all the scam bots, constant, never ending. Their stuff remains up. It's just fine. Loading videos is the future version of burning books. That's so true, isn't it? When taking down videos, and it's typically they're taken down mistakenly by AI bots or because code is oppressive. The code's just written to promote one worldview and to get rid of all the other worldviews, right? So that's kind of that. Cancel Culture's Monday burning book, absolutely. And of course, we're all for freedom here. You don't have to agree with someone, but you want people to have freedom. So that's kind of the cool thing there. And yeah, PulseX news. So voting is now live. Now we covered that on this channel a couple of days ago because it's a hidden feature that is now live. We might as well pull that up just before we get into the Hex chart and Hedron charts. Let's go to PulseX 2B and the testnet there. I'm gonna have to sign on here, so just let me do that. Test. All right, cool. Test that up. Bam. And I guess we go to here. Yeah, voting's up now. Look at that. So now everybody can access it. Before we were putting it in the URL. Now you can just hit the voting tab. It's going to post it in the URL for you anyway. And it's got the voting details. So very, very cool. As you see, things are moving forward. Very, very nice. We also covered limit orders and things like that. I think that's probably something in the future that may pop up. Maybe it'll be subject of a community vote, or maybe the team will just work on it and get it up. They have to partner, of course, to set that up because it needs automation on smart bots. But they may have the announce to do it themselves. So pretty cool. So that's very exciting. We've got this fast car. Look at this car, badass with the colors on it. Nice. Pulsechain on there. Look at that Pulsechain. Very, very cool. I've still got some cool stuff happening there with that Pulsechain.com. Love it. So man, the back of it, end of it's really nice with the deep purple too. That's pretty badass. Look at that. That's nice. So good to see that sort of stuff in there. Who is that? Yeah, pretty nice there. What else we got? I forgot how noob some of you are. You can submit proposal or vote on proposals. There are only one there now. Test one. But when I say voting is live now, it means the voting system, not that there's anything going on that you can actually have to vote on. Lol. So that's all he's talking about there. So it's good to see the cool stuff that's up on the testing there. Cool. What else we got here? Reading social media. Yeah, that's Richard having a bit of a tiring time reading social media there. What else we got? Patrick now. However, we are left. We're trying to achieve small final changes in the upcoming Trilog negotiations. And the best of the worlds, we are able to convince the EU that there is absolutely no upside, huge downsides in going further than anyone else with the travel rule. Bitcoin debate, that got deleted off the internet. So that's in there in 4K glory. So Richard has revived that. And we've got some more stuff here with the hex cards. Look at this, man. This is so awesome. With the hex cards, look fantastic. Man, oh man. That is so cool. I think America must be the king of car paint jobs, to be honest. So it looks pretty awesome. What else we got here? We vitally need to protect the off ramps of decentralized CBDC alternatives, digital IDs, what they mean for freedom. So Rich has been watching some of that stuff. Maybe stop taking their rights away. It's good for me that Waiter's got that name because they used to wait around a lot. And so a few other things there. What else? We got some charts there. So a couple of videos that Richard's posted. And that's probably the highlights there. I think he normally has some other tweets as well. But that's kind of the highlights, I think. Yeah, just talking about some video stuff there. Yeah, I think that's about it. So cool stuff there from Richard. Let's have a quick look at the market now. Let's jump over to the price. Let's get it. Have a check of some of the comments in the chat first before I get too far ahead of myself. Hey, Hex Token main net so close now. I think so too, Pablo. I think it's really, really close. So I'm excited about it. I think the momentum's growing there. I think this Hex chart's going to blow out soon. I think it's pretty close. Woohoo! John Kinnear's in the house. I love it. Hey, very, very cool. Voting is up. Woohoo! Yeah, it's absolutely cool to see that now. If we go to PancakeSwap for the voting, just before we get to the Hex price, we go to PancakeSwap. We can see some of the voting stuff that they have over there. So we'll have a quick look at that. So if you go to the ellipsis here, you go down to voting, you'll see some of the stuff that they've been voting on down here. So it's got vote now soon. They've got nothing soon, but they've got lots of closed ones here. If you hit the close button, you can see it's basically because the fork of PancakeSwap, it looks the same. Proposed except with different colors. So proposal for adjustments to farmer rewards, proposal for a peer DAO, syrup pool and farm, proposal for game fig, syrup pool and farm. So lots of these farms. That's why I said a lot of this third-party stuff is going to come up like this. Proposals for adjustment to farm rewards. So you can sort of see the kind of things that are being voted on as good examples of what one might reasonably expect, I guess, particularly for the pool staking, the PLX staking, stuff like that. The incentive token. So yeah, it's got some good stuff there. I would say I can't see any new features on here, but I'd say features as well would be something that could be voted on in terms of the PulseX DEX there. They have a few things on Pancake, of course, which are unique to Pancake. So they vote on those. Yeah, mostly pool farms and stuff like that, but yeah, that's what it looks like at this stage. So cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. So looking good. Jim Rat Crypto's in the house. Yo, what's good, mate? Hey, good Jim Rat Crypto. Very, very cool. I think I saw one of your videos pop up, Hex in the morning. Keep up the good work, Jim Rat Crypto. Man, that's a great show. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, absolutely. And Hex King is in the house. Woo-hoo. What's up, everybody? Good to see Hex King as well. Well, whose Lambo was that? Yeah, I'm not sure whose it was, actually. I just saw the video posted. I thought they were pretty badass, though. High Leverage is in the house. Woo-hoo. Loving it. And a Crypto Crafter as well with the woo-hoo-hoo. It's going to be a crazy morning, that's for sure. Hey, Bob Well as well with the chant. Woo-hoo. Hey, you guys got this down pat, man. This anthem is rocking the DMV. I love seeing the anthem on other YouTube content creator channels. I think that's pretty funny as well. So keep up the good work out there, folks. Spread the love. Spread the love. Hey, that's the thing. We want to keep open arms. That's with Pulsechain. We need to have open arms, bring in these other communities and be very welcoming. It's probably a very big key. And Joseph Wilson is in the house as well. Woo-hoo. Long time watcher, first time. Woo-hoo. Love it, Joseph. That's a beautiful way to move on to it. And let's have a look at the Hex price. Let's get into it. I will put a timestamp on the video. I'm actually thinking about, you know how I do my daily videos at the end of the Hex day? Let me know if you guys like those because I'm just thinking about possibly stopping those. So that's where I cover the daily Hex results in a short video, maybe 5 minutes long now. It was longer. It was probably 10, 12 minutes longer. I've made it about 5 minutes longer. Let me know on the channel if you like the daily video update commentaries that I do on that, because I'm thinking about stopping those and just moving into pre-recorded videos and 2 live shows and possibly some other formats, and obviously another channel that I'm looking at doing with a collab. So let me know what you think. Anyway, here's the Hex price. We had some drama. The one thing with the Hex chart is, and I guess it's a few other charts, is that it gets impacted by the bot trades. So there are bot trades happen where they basically front run. They either buy before the person's buying. Typically these are bigger buys too, or they sell before the person's selling. And that's what we saw today. We saw that today. So actually, we'll jump into the hourly first, and then we'll get into the commentary on the biggest time zone. So we saw this here. We're actually gaining this upward trend, right? So it was looking really cool on the hourly chart. And then, of course, we had this big spike down. We spiked all the way down to 14.5 cents. Now, we had quite a bit of volume candle in there. But if we pull up what actually happened, we pull up the trading thing here. This is typically what happens here. So I'm just trying to, where is it here? 450. So these three trades here, these three, 1, 2, 3. So we were sitting at 15.9 cents. So we're on that pre-breakout level, right? Getting back over 16 cents and above the pennant. So it was looking pretty bullish. And what happened was this one here came in, this account came in and pretty much sold 451,000 US dollars worth of Hex. So just under 2.9 million Hex was sold. And that was front running this account here. So this is the account that kind of triggered that. And they were selling almost 1.1 million Hex for 158,000 there. And of course, they were looking at a price of 15.9. So they're probably looking at that. And then, of course, they made a trigger to sell their Hex, and they were pretty happy with that price. But they got front run. So the price went from 15.9 down to 15.6. Because remember, about a week or so ago, liquidity got pulled out. So it's a lot easier to move the price up and down now, right? And so they got 15.6 cents. So what happened to the person that was actually selling close to 1.1 million Hex? They ended up getting 14.5 cents. So almost the average of a cent and a half lower, almost that much lower. So that's quite a big difference. So they ended up getting 158. So they missed out on that percentage. And percentage terms, that's quite a bit, right? So I'm just doing a quick math here. So, that's, maybe 10%, something like that. So that's pretty quick on that. And then, of course, the bot trade after that, they came in, the same account that sold came in and used the same amount of money and then bought back the Hex that they did. And what they gained is, so this person got a lower price and the bot itself, the bot trade or the trader ended up getting another 70,000 Hex out of it. So with the same amount of US dollars. So that's what they did there. That pushed the price back. So the price went from 15.9 down to 15.6 to 14.5, which is what the original seller got, and then it went back to 15.2, and then someone else came in after that traded and it went back to 15.9. So it ended up starting back where it was. Obviously, since then we've had some more trades going in, buying and selling, and now we're at the price where we are, 15.7 cents at the moment. So that was pretty interesting, I thought, out of that. Let's have a look at the actual. Let's go back and zoom out of the daily there on the chart here. So we haven't got the overlay on at the moment. So we had this nice price rise at the moment. So let's go down from the bottom there. We've been as high as maybe 86% rise, so which is pretty nice. If you've managed to get most of that. Obviously there's a bot trade at the bottom here. A lot of these spikes are the bot trades. This one down the bottom here, I think that was an actual real trade, but a lot of the times those bot influences. So in any case, about 86%. We're currently up about 70% here at the moment, and of course here we are. We're moving sideways after this. So what do we potentially might move up to? Well, my thoughts are maybe move up this much. So possibly. Have a breakout to the top of the range, 18.5 cents, maybe even target that 19 cents is my guess here on that. So it's not very straight, but it's kind of where I feel that the price might trigger out to breaking out on this continuation trade. So obviously halfway through here, a bit of a pennant in here, and then a breakout to the upside is what I'm expecting. We have got very low volumes though. Just take that into account. We haven't had a lot of money sitting off on the sideline. So people are waiting for more news as we get closer. So we're in this kind of, but in the middle of that storm, that really quiet patch before we get another rise up. So this is one side of the storm. We're quite in the quiet place in the circle. What do they call it? I think I can't remember what they call it in the middle of a storm, but the eye of the storm. And there it's really quiet. And of course, on the other side, we've got the other side. What we're waiting for is to go out through the other side of the storm and get that nice little, massive price rise. So definitely at the moment, this is kind of looking good. And if we go back to the hourly here, we can see us kind of breaking out of that there at the moment. So that looks pretty good. I think we're pretty much on a breakout to the upside here, despite the fact that we had this bot trade, which kind of messes it up. That's what I mean. The spikes are make the chart a bit messy. But at the moment, I think we've got this nice breakout going on at the moment. So you can sort of see on the hourly here that we're at this nice breakout, and looks like we're broken up to the top of that at the end of it though. So we still need some more volume to come in. We had a couple of these trades coming in here. Still need to get a bit more volume into there, but looking bullish to me. So very, very cool. Let me know what you think in the chat there. I think all of those are good ideas, says Jim Rat Crypto. Hey, thanks for that. Appreciate that. And David Gomez says hit the like button and share. Love your comment, says Jim Rat Crypto. Hey, appreciate that. Big shout out to you. And it's nice having so many good new content creators in house, giving their own vibe, right? Their own personality. And I like that a lot. I think that's important for Pulsechain as we go forward, that people get to see so many different people around that have real energy, real passion, and I think it's just really great to see that. So cool. David Gomez in the house. Hedron and Maximus will be pumpamentals for the Hex Hedron system. Pulsechain is the cream of the crop to send us on our way. Yeah. So Maximus is coming out. Yeah, it's coming out, and there's a few other things coming out too. I'm going to talk about that probably later on today's afternoon show. But yeah, definitely pool. I'm not my personally thing. I'm not into pools. But there's going to be lots of products you can choose to go into them or not go into them. And I think there's always some value in them, of course, with the excitement of products. So yeah, we look forward to see how Maximus plays out, especially after the audit comes through. It's going to be interesting. J-Pon says, woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, J-Pon, good to see you. Hex Token channel member represented. In fact, we got Bob Wells, the Hex Token channel member. And who else is in the chat there? Yeah, 2 channel members. Good to see you both in the house. And J-Pon's got, yeah, boy, bring it. I love it. Yeah. And David Gomez says they both incentivize staking longer 5555. Yeah. So we know we've got heaps of things coming in. So we've got these derivative products coming in, and some of them give you airdrops, some of them give you other currencies. We've also got new buyers coming in, like the Hex Investment Trust, and Richard mentioned another trust that he's aware of that's in progress last year. So some really cool buyers. And of course, we've got anonymous whales out there that may be tipping their toes in or building up positions. We haven't seen a lot of that lately, but definitely once Pulsechain comes out, that can happen. And of course, when Pulsechain does come out, we've got the bridge opening up, the fiat gateway. We've got pent up demand for getting Pulse by some retail side, where it's cheaper to operate. So I think there's lots and lots of pumpamentals and not that much Hex supply. As we say, it was about 150 million Hex in the pools, and it's not that much at the moment. So I think that's a lot of these things are really cool. I want to see more derivative plays. I think Jim Rat Crypto is very keen on that too. Yeah, it's going to be really good for sure. Lots of passive income, right? Laying that passive income on top of each other, and we're pretty good. Once again, you've got to decide what you want to do there. I like a staking ladder. You guys know that. I'm not a complete maxi, although the maths is very clear that you're going to get most of the volume, particularly in the between year 10 and year 15. The maths clear on that. But I like a particular staking ladder. I think that's not for everybody. I think some people, if you're nice and young and that, you can defer off the future. If you need a passive income, then I think you should do a staking ladder. That's probably best suits you. You still get a lot of the longer gains because you got stakes out further out. That's probably a cool way to go. There is a strategy, of course, doing 30%, pushing that out to max stake, and then having 70% on a staking ladder. There's other strategies like that. So there's no reason stopping you doing a portion of your portfolio up 5555 Quattro Cinco stake. So it really does need to fit your lifestyle and everything else that you've got, your goals in life. But it's something for everybody, I mean, just doing a year stake on Hex is like about 11%, 11.5%, maybe 12%. So it's very, very cool. And of course, if the price goes up, then that's way, way better, right? So in terms of the price gain, so nice. Steve Wright says, I have a positive story. My friend's father invested $20,000 in X. The value of his shares went up to $15 million. Wow. That made a believer for me. Thanks again, Steve Wright of Santa Barbara. Nice one there, Steve Wright. I love that story, Steve, and it's always great to see you in the chats as well. Very, very cool, inspiring. Bob Wells says, just chilling before work. What better way than with you guys? Hey, Bob, appreciate that. I hope you have a good day at work too, though. Handyman's in House says, GRC says, what part of the country are you from? I'm from New Zealand. That's proud as much disclosure as I give about that. But yeah, from good old Kiwi land down under. We've had a few more Kiwis actually watching the channel, which has been a big surprise to me. I typically have a lot of Americans, people from the UK and Australians, but I had a lot more Kiwis lately. I'm not sure whether YouTube algorithms are doing that or what, but maybe there's just more Kiwis finding out about Hex and Pulsechain and crypto generally. So that's pretty cool. Pablo says, what's your thoughts on crypto fitness snowballer ladder for Hex on Pulsechain? I haven't heard of that, Pablo. Feel free to leave me some sort of a comment about that, maybe on one of the videos after or something like that. So I haven't heard about that. Charity Dunning says, clap, clap. Nice. Hey, Charity, good to see you in the chat there. Very, very cool. Yeah, so Hex is looking good, man. Isn't Hex looking good? It's got low volumes. I think once we get these volumes in, there's just away, it's just up and away. And that's going to be based on the excitement, right? So with the Pulsechain coming. So I think it's getting really close. Really is close. So I think we're looking good for a late April launch. I think that still looks pretty good. I have the earliest date at the 18th of April. I still think that with the validators, obviously yesterday we had lost the names on the validators, and so they've got little tiny things to do. V3 liquidity is really the big thing. I think the sacrifices itself, I think they're pretty good. They're obviously working on some edge cases to make sure the majority, make sure people are happy. But I think that so far the feedback's been pretty strong about sacrifices on that. And we've done a couple of sessions on here, remember? We went through a couple of the versions that they have on the sacrifice set. And I think that's pretty good. In fact, we might just pull that up quickly before we get on to Hedron. It's just, where is the sacrifice set on there? Validators, we've got that one there. Switch over on that. Cool VIP. I wonder if they've fixed this already. No, they've still got names are still missing at the moment. So they'll probably do that. I actually thought it was an update that they made that made that disappear, which may have been an but it was definitely a bug from that point of view because they've lost the names. All right, so let's jump over to where was I going? The sacrifice ticker, yeah. So we'll check on that. The latest one, of course, is still the same, 31st of March. It's still been the same there. So that's the latest and greatest, but that's been pretty accurate for the vast majority of people. So I think it really is just the edge cases now that have been worked out. Once they fixed up the 1.75 flat rate, and of course I think there was a date issue by 1 day. I think they fixed that up. That fixed up everything pretty nicely. And then there was one other issue. I can't remember what it was, but that was also, I think, fixed up. So cool. There we are. That's on that. Let's jump over to Hedron. Hedron there pulled back down to 2879 at the moment. We'll just go none on that one. Pull that up. Have a look at the hourly. Bam. And scroll that up there. Cool. Yeah, so we did actually, a couple of hours ago, we did actually get up pretty decent. Like this is where we're at the moment. Maybe day 13 hours ago. So we're up at 3,200. It's kind of the top of that range. But we are still getting pretty good. Still got a high low here. We had a high, so that's kind of still intact, right? And I still think that 3,600, 3,800 that is still in the game. Yeah, we've still got these higher lows. Yeah, that was a lower high and a higher high there, so looking good. Let's pull that out on the daily candle, and we'll scroll that down. Yeah, scroll that out there. Cool VIP, what do we say? Let's have a look how many days we're in at the moment. Of course, we're in day number 36. So day 36 for Hedron. and we're just riding along the middle of the Bollinger Band, so it really has settled in, really kind of getting mature for a short time frame. It's sort of making its own thing, founding its price discovery. So if you think about it, really, it's had good price discovery for, let's say, this many days. So yeah, 15 days. It's pretty much decided this is the value of Hedron at the moment. So that's pretty interesting. 2 weeks of pretty solid value. To have that sort of predictability, I know we're looking backward respectively, but to have that price range somewhere between 2,200 and 3,200 is pretty interesting. So pretty good support line there. That makes me feel like going higher is in the game when it has sort of settles down like this, especially after a big 12x run in 8 days here. That makes me feel quite good about this. And the volume's obviously relatively low. We had a nice cool day back there with the first with a big pump, but I definitely think that there's a good chance of a nice big pump there. We don't have a lot of data for RSIs, pretty much at 50. Doesn't tell us much at all. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Certainly higher lows compared to what we had. So even within this band of price discovery sort of support level, we've got higher lows in the play and a slightly higher high. So yeah, still looking good in my view for moving up to that 50% mark here, which is 50% on the retrace. So after we did 12x, we got a 50% retrace at about 3,800. So that's good because it gives me my 3,800 there. Oh look, we just turned green from red there, and now it's 2,934. So we'll see what happens today. I think that's not looking too bad at all for a little pump there. And what would that be if it does do that? That's it could be a 30% gain, right? 30% gain. That's pretty cool. So that's definitely on the cards for me. And I put that probably still at a 60-40 range. So cool. So that gives you a little bit more optimism. But obviously, I like things like down here. When I was down here, it was pretty much like a 90% chance, right? And I think when we took that, because I called this price chart pretty close, probably 90% perfectly well. I think I was only a little off guard somewhere in here, I can't remember now. But apart from that, and of course, when you're down here, you go, well, that looks pretty bullish, and you could have a big run. Now, did I think it was going to go 12x? No. But as we reassess the price going up here, it seemed like we could get more and more. But once we got up to here, I was expecting it to fall quite sharply, but we had a big whale come in with $670,000 of buy. They're still out of the money. So just shows you, even if you're a big whale, you can, have to wait. So that whale just has to wait, and that's probably what they're going to do anyway. They're pretty happy I got their position. We'll just wait till the price goes for the next parabolic rise. And I am still expecting a good chance of a second parabolic rise within the 2-month period. And we've still got 24 days for that to start playing out. So it's going to be interesting to see how high that goes. At least it go back to the all-time high here, which is 27,138. So let me know what you think in the chat about that. Brennan says K called out mainstream crypto influencers today. That was pretty funny. Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. I mean, I think he did it okay. I'm a little bit I would be a bit more, calling out other channels is not something I would do, but I think he made some good points. Probably I'll leave it at that. Hex is the way says that video is meant for Pulsechain. From what he said, he could be very expensive in gas fees on ETH chain. See my staking videos for ETH chain. And Brennan says, yes, correct, Pablo. Right, okay, cool. I'll try and check that out. The people that want to stake like $100 will have an advantage to do shorter stakes. Definitely. Well, on Pulsechain, it won't really matter too much. Obviously, you'll be able to stake super cheap when Pulsechain comes up. Pablo's here. Hey, Pablo's in the house. Pablo's in the house. Nice. Right. So Pablo's staking strategy on Pulsechain. Right. Well, we'll check. Have a look. Talk about that some other time. Cool. So yeah, Hex is looking good. Kind of for me, it's kind of broken out of here. Just waiting for it to do a real big move up there. And like I say, that's not very straight on the daily, but something like that. It's probably going to more look like that, but you get my point. It's going to be up top of the range, what we're talking about, taking that next range. Let's go. Let's go. Those are some of my thoughts on it. The BTC, of course, looking pretty good here, holding at 36. Been here a couple of days though now. Was it 3 days around this price? So we'll see how this goes too. Let's have a look at the last 7 days on the BTC. And yeah, BTC is holding up. Yeah, 48 was our big price. That was the better chance, right? If we're going to go over 50, but we had quite a few days. Maybe this is quite a good little pullback here down to 44 and then back to 46. And of course, have another go at 48.5 and then over 50. Got to get over 50 to really get that third top in play. We don't get over 50, then it's just a bit of a cool little bump, but a bit of a pullback. But again, we got a big buyer in the house talking about 10 million there, 10 billion, I should say. So that's true too. Let's have a look at see what their price is at the moment on CoinGecko. Yeah, so we got Luna there doing the buying, right? So they were doing the buying. I actually got the address, the buying address. Let me just pull it up on this channel. I haven't got it on the right channel there. Let me just pull this up. Where have I got this address? I'm sure I got it here. Yeah. All right. Cool VIP, as we say. Let me just post this in the chat here. Yeah, so they got 30,727 Bitcoin, and it's worth 1.4 billion US dollars at the moment. And apparently they're looking at buying $10 billion worth, and of course shifting their UST token backed by Bitcoin. So I think that's a pretty awesome move. It's amazing. I love seeing that stuff in crypto. It really is cool. Brennan says on Pulsechain, yes. Hey, CJ's in the house. Hey, suit man. Woohoo! Hey, good to see CJ in the house. And thanks for contacting me on Discord. I'm not sure if you got my message yesterday, but definitely be in touch with you soon once I finish what I'm doing on that side of it. Nice. All right, cool. We get out of the voting there, and of course we'll get it out of Luna. But hopefully Luna's going to keep pumping this market. That's our expectation. And of course, Sayers is in there as well, borrowing more money to buy more Bitcoin. So all good in the hood for there. And let's see if they can take us to 80K. Obviously, even with Luna buying 10 billion, a lot of people can sell into the market for the Bitcoin. So we've just got to take that into account as well. If there was really no buying, it would probably take us to 100,000, 110,000 BTC. But of course, people do sell into the pool. Cool. Actually, I shouldn't have jumped out of there so quickly. Let's go to the heat map on here, and let's jump over to the ETH. ETH is at 3,500. I'm pretty stoked about that. I really can't. I want ETH to get back to 4K. I think that's really important. So this is the target I'm kind of hoping at there at this stage. And so yeah, just keep watching that. Took a while for ETH to move. Remember, it was sitting under 3,000 all the time, even though BTC was moving up. And then obviously that's typical in crypto. And then ETH has finally moved up. So I think that's pretty nice. Actually, where's the other site that I wanted to check? Actually, let's actually check. Let's check Liquid Loans. Actually, let's go. I just wanted to. I haven't actually checked their site. Now I'm waiting for Liquid Loans. They still haven't got their sacrifice out. I think it's taken. I know that they had some issues with referrals, but it does seem to have taken a while to get the SAC out. I know that they've got a testnet. This looks likely that's going to be released. We saw that Jesse, the pit boss, has said that on a recent video that testnet is looking to be a good chance it'll be released soon for people to play around with for Liquid Loans. But of course, the sacrifice, people are waiting for the sacrifice results. And so hopefully they'll have those out soon because people get a bit antsy, don't they, especially after a little bit of time. So everyone's super bullish on Liquid Loans for the most part, so hopefully we'll get something out around that with the sacrifice and also the testnet. Looking forward to it. Cool. Not sure what else I got there. That's pretty much that. I think everything else we've had, internet money's out with the sacrifice. It's cool. And then of course, I think with internet money, just be really about the intermediary token that they're going to have, and of course about their roadmap of the product delivery. That's probably the getting something out around about that. A bit more, especially with Pulsechain. You know, if Pulsechain launches in late April, it's going to be really important to get that out. So cool. Let's all look at to the hourly here. We're going to zoom in, get rid of all my all the things there. Cool. What else? Power City still open, of course. The sacrifice 1-to-1, 55% bonus if you've done all the sacrifices, so you can still do that. And then, of course, we've got new stuff in the house. Actually, I've got that pinned over here. Let me just open that up. So we've got a Flare Network's going to be opening up, scheduled for the 4th of July. The Flare Network, and they're going to be bridging to multiple chains, if not just about every chain. So it'd be really cool to have Pulsechain up by then. Obviously, we're hoping for maybe the end of April, early May at the latest, in my view. But yeah, Flare Network would be pretty cool with the multi-chain. Looking forward to that. I think that's going to be pretty cool. What else? Apparently there's a thing. I haven't checked this out much, but let me know in the chat if you've heard much about this Hex marketplace. Let me know if you know much about that. I don't know if I haven't actually tried to check out the website or anything, or whether it's even up, but that's apparently out on the street as well. Yeah, so some more airdrops, more product developments going on. I think it's pretty exciting. But this is just the beginning, and of course Pulsechain's not even launched yet, so wait till it launches, man. The amount of innovation that's going to come out in the space to add economic value, financial opportunity is going to be huge. So very, very cool to see that. All right, cool. Hey, we just had a bit of selling there. We'll be down at 15.7, but I'm feeling pretty positive about this. Just need some volumes to come in. Look, all these low volumes in here tracking along. Yeah, and we have solved on a few candles there. So I really want to pick that up. And Hedron's not looking too bad, around 3,000. Very cool. Brennan says, has the Hex Trust started buying Hex? Yes. I don't know. I don't know if their address is public. And they've been out for a few days now. Okay, let me pull that up because they've got, just trying to remember. They said that they were confident of hitting 10 million within 3 months, right? That was the kind of my understanding of what they were saying. And what have I got here? I think the 12th of March. So 12th of March is when they launched officially. Remember, they launched informally at the end of December, but I don't think they really launched because they didn't have the legal work in place. So really it was the 12th of March, and it's now the 4th. So you know, that's a few days from there. Let me have a look at the number of days. 4th of March. So 24 days, so 3.5 weeks. So presumably, if they're going to get money in, they would have started getting some money in about now. Maybe, I don't know how they did their lead up. They had leads, they had contacts like that, so they should be getting some money in from that point of view. Yeah, but when they start buying, it's going to be interesting. Presumably they're just going to buy on Hex because they get a copy on the Pulsechain, and there's no reason why they wouldn't just delay. I know that Kinetics is talking about Pulsechain Hex, or Hex on Pulsechain. Had switched this kind of commentary to that. So yeah, I think they'll just we'll watch it. Hopefully he's going to comment on it. Hopefully he'll say, "Hey, we've done our first buying." That's what I'm hoping to expect to say. Excellent choices in the house. Have you tested the voting? I tried to do a proposal for Richard Hart on world president. You need how much? 1 million voting points. Submit proposal. I'm confused. I thought this was a community thing. It's going to be pretty. How much? How many zeros you got there? 10, a million. Well, we've already done it live. I don't know if we were the first channel, but we were right at the beginning talking about the voting, and because we were using the in the channel there, but we haven't used. We haven't done the. We haven't we haven't written up a proposal. We just walk through it. You can make a proposal there. I don't know if let's click the wallet. We'll see how many points. 1 million points. I don't know if it's reading B2B. How many points? We got just shy. No, your voting power. I got 372 million. 300. Oh, that's the thing. I haven't even told you guys that. Yeah. So I got I think I got given I don't know, was it 100 million? And I put 85 million into Hex, and then I switched yesterday. I switched my Hex over to PulseX. Now I've gone from 100 million to 372 million PulseX. Is that pretty good? I think it's pretty good. That was in a couple of days. So there we are, folks. Rags to riches would be proud, because that's from Rag to Riches. So nice. So yeah, the wallet's got 362 million PulseX in it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. What a massive win there. So cool. What's it, Richard? What's Superman? What was it? Oh, let's say Superman Farm incentives. Incentives, got to type that properly. Incentives. I just noticed my typing doesn't work. I don't know why my typing's not working on that. Site INC. Oh, that's INC. 50%. Increase INC 35%. Remember that. That's pretty cool. Not sure why. Now, vote now for more awesome rewards. I don't know. It's gonna work. You need. Was it 1 million? Well, I've got plenty. Haven't I? I've got voting power. Voting power is massive. So that seems to be the case. So, I haven't got a start date, have I? So I need a start date. Well, start date today. Do the end date. No, end date the 6th. Make it the 8th. Let's make it the 6th. The 5th. Let's make it tomorrow. Do I need some end times or what? At least 1 million, yeah. We're voting. Sign the voting. Yep, we're going to sign the voting. There we are. That's up for vote. Daily proposed limit reached. Daily proposal limit. So I voted. I set it up, but it says there's a limit. So too many people have put up votes. Vote. So there we are. Vote now. Vote soon. Closed. I don't know. Maybe they're just not open at the moment. So they probably got that deactivated. Like, Rich Heart status, mainnet, vote test. Yeah. No, well, activated too much. Happy Sunday. See Sandy Beach. Hey Sandy, great to see you in the chat there. I don't think so. Seems blending. Sorry. What else we got? Excellence says I have enough, but didn't work. Yeah, it's not working. You made it further than I did. Says Excellence choice. Yeah, got to the end there. I actually published it, but then it said the data limit's up. I thought we went through at the beginning of Richard Hart talking about the sacrifice amount. So he's got it. He did actually talk about that. It was PulseX News. It was PulseX News. We talked about that already. What's that? Where is it? I'm sure it was up here somewhere. Where's it? News, something news. Oh, there it is there. Voting is now live. He said voting is now live, and then he puts this one. I forgot how new some of you are. You can submit proposals or vote on proposals. There's only one there now, a test one. So when I'm saying voting is live now, it's a voting system. Not that there's anything going on that you can actually have to vote on. No. Right, so yeah, that's what it's got there now. Community. There's lots of people who put votes up already. So obviously there's a limit. I don't know how they're gonna have to have a limit, because look at all the votes up, it's crazy. So anyway, obviously a limit. Maybe tomorrow we can make a vote. Maybe tomorrow we can do one. Wicked Heart status, mainnet, April the 20th. There on main. I love that. It's pretty funny. Closed, and no proposal there. Vote now. So cool. Also, we're not going to have the Superman yield farm until we get a chance to get that voted up on there. I expect to get all your votes up on there. That's pretty funny there. What else we got? Are you ready for Pulsechain? We'll vote on that. Vote now. Yes, we'll vote now. Is that soon? No votes. Of course, we can't vote yet because it's not open yet. Yeah, cool. We got it all. That's all the votes. Live 5, give 5. PLSX, PLSX right there. A fun go Eddie filmmaking journey. PHEX should only be paired with PLX and PLS. And Crypto Honesty should be knighted by King Richard. Some funny ones there. Party from mainnet staking pools. Iron Burn. Liquidity providing. Rename INC to Pi. False incentive. Well, Pi is another token, right? So if you're got the Pi app, you can actually mine Pi on the Pi. They're obviously doing a massive option program. They're a university team, and they're massive, but I don't like a lot of stuff they do. Pi, it's kind of lame in some ways. I mean, it's going to be successful, I think, but it's lame. It's lame. About my testnet coins. Cool. Yeah, I have a Pi team where we mine Pi on the Pi app, but man, they're just taking forever. They're going to mainnet now, but it's just like it's kind of lame. It's kind of old school stuff on there. Cool. All right, so nice on the PulseX there. Very cool. Yeah, I think that's probably the big thing. People get excited about that when the sacrifice comes out for liquid loans. Probably the highlight there, and more derivative stuff. So that Maximus Musk stuff's pretty going to be interesting when the audit comes out. So we'll try and cover that on this channel when that comes out. In the meantime, here we are. Hex price 15.71 cents. Hedron at 2,934. Living the dream. We'll see. Hexon says I had no problems voting. Oh, nice. I'll vote for the Superman farm just as long as it comes with super returns. I'm sure it will. Excellent. Would there be anything less? Brennan says, with your dry powder, do you think I should wait until the chain is live and the ratio trading is over, then buy ETH and send it over, wrap ETH to mainnet, or buy Hex now? I would buy Hex now. Is my opinion on that. Obviously not investment advice. Brendan says, what would be the safest play? We're getting a copy of your Hex on the Pulsechain, and also the price is, I'm expecting the price to rally when the Pulsechain comes up, particularly if Richard gamifies the block height, which I'm pretty sure he's going to do. So yeah. Brazology says, woohoo! Hey Brazology, good to see you in the chat there. Another Hex token channel member too. And CJ says, I'm buying Hex. Yeah, I think it's just the logical point of view. If you remember, Richard got asked that at the crypto con, was it, in Miami? Is that what it's called? And of course, Richard said, well, buy Hex. That's, as they said, if you're late for the sacrifices and other stuff, if you want to get on there, buy Hex. That's what Richard said too. So I think it's kind of the logical thing. And of course, Hex is the kingpin product. I think that when Hex gets on Pulsechain, it's going to pump pretty hard. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. Hey guys, it's Brazology. Good to see you, Brazology, in the house. And Brennan says, okay, great. I have bought a lot. I was just wondering if I should put all my eggs in one basket. Well, that's a different topic, right? That's a different topic. So if you want diversification, then you can wait till the bridge opens, but then you'll be with the masses coming over on the bridge. So before the bridge opens up, you would have your copy of your Hex, and you could trade that for PLS or PLX if you wanted, or you could just hold it up for the price appreciation speculation, and that it converge at least converges or gets close to, if not surpasses the Hex on ETH. Or you have to wait. You have to wait for the trade ratios to go through if you're waiting on the bridge. And then potentially there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people coming over on the bridge. So you've got to weigh up that. So diversification is important. I always talk about that, but I think that in this case, you will be imagine being in a queue at the front of a store. You'll be down in that queue somewhere, waiting to get in, right? And maybe it gets sold out, kind of thing. In other words, the price goes up really high before you get into the shop. That's the risk that you're taking by waiting for the bridge phenomena, which is going to be like a massive tidal wave, right? But if you're in front of all that at the beginning because you got a copy on the chain, then it's going to be pretty cool. And obviously Hex has got one of the better chances because Richard Hart token of being priced up, right? So it makes sense. So Hex will be priced up, Pulse will get priced up, and Hex on Pulsechain will get priced up. So kind of this the logical play. And of course, before Pulsechain launches, Hex has got the best chance because the one token of getting priced up. And that's what we're kind of anticipating will happen, particularly if Richard gamifies it as we're expecting with the block fight. So I think kind of that makes sense to me. Charity Dunning says, yep, me too. Buying Hex to swap, then time is right. Yeah, so there are people, I know people have contacted me, said, what should I do? I said, well, Hex is your logical option, right? You can buy other stuff, but stable coins and all stuff, but you'll be waiting for the bridge to open. That's the thing. And of course, there'll be lots of other people coming over with you. That's what I mean. It's going to be like going to a massive, what's it called concert these days? I don't know. Who knows? I can't even remember who's out in the music industry these days. Charity says, yeah, me too. Buying Hex to swap, the time is right. Yeah, so I've got a few people that's what they're doing. I'd say, hey, you should just hold Hex, but they're wanting to buy Pulse. They want more Pulse, is typically what they say. They don't know what the tokenomics of PulseX is, but as I say, the tokenomics of PulseX is just a no-brainer, right? It looks like the greatest buy and burn pumpification that you're going to see. But the reality is that Pulse is the chain, and that is the perception, and that therefore that is kind of the king token, if you ask me. Like that, regardless of the fact that the buy and burn is way better on PulseX, like by a country mile. But the reality is that Pulse is the chain, and people will be after the chain token. So it is the ETH of Ethereum, and of course Pulse is the ETH of Pulsechain. So I should say. So yeah, it is kind of a no-brainer. Septilion says agree. I agree. Yeah. Good to see Septilion in the house. Man, I love some of the names you guys pick, man. Septilion, that's very, very cool. Point Hexter's in the house. What's that? The hand up there? Is it the hand up? What is that? I'm trying to. The hand, raising the hand. Let me have a look here. As a wave, hi, something like that. Hey, good to see you, Point Hexter. Nice. Brenda's in the house. Yes, good point. Thanks for your input. Hey, no problem. Like I say, nothing on this channel is investment advice, but hopefully we give some food for thought as well. Excellent choice says it's my game plan too. Says excellent choice. Nice. CJ says you can use Hex and swap it later. Yeah, you can do that. And I've also said you might be surprised with the Hex performance too. Not only in the lead up to Pulsechain launch, but into not sure what's happening with this red sell-off at the moment on the alley there with the Hex, but anyway. So yeah, is that people might be surprised with the fundamentals in there. Now, apparently someone said that Overwatch, I haven't heard the audio, but someone said that Overwatch was looking to buy a lot of Hex at Pulsechain launch. So I haven't seen audio link. If you guys know the link to that, I would love to see it. It's the only thing I haven't been able to chase down on that. So I think it was on Twitter Spaces, possibly, on YouTube channel, maybe on the YouTube channel. I'm just not sure. I'm trying to hold that link. Daniel says I'm selling my eHex for PHEX. There's a few people doing that too. So the people wanting to sell the eHex for PHEX. So that's going to be interesting on eHex. I do understand that is a factor, but it's going to be interesting to see what the whales do to that. I did that stream yesterday, Hex versus Hex, which will win, and really that I think that the APY is going to be interesting, because obviously if there's more people staking on Pulsechain, the Hex and stuff like that, that gets domination, then there's more T shares in the pool, and therefore the APY would on average be lower, as opposed to Hex on Ethereum, that would have a higher APY. So we're going to see some sort of price convergence as bigger money, maybe not so many retailers, maybe if the retailers are onto it, chase the APY yield on Ethereum. It's going to be interesting in terms of volume. So this is the volume of X you're getting paid. Obviously the price differential is important, so that's the offsetting feature there. So it's going to be interesting. See that play out. Obviously Richard has always held to the things that he wants Hex on both chains to be worth a lot, and I think that's I don't see any reason why that's not going to be the case. I just think that possibly bigger hands will play on the ETH chain. That is the first product, is the Genesis product, and this is the working product. So yeah, but we'll see. Point Hexter says elephant in the room is how much EHEX PHEX will EHEX last a 5 stake. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. You're talking about the fees on this unstaking with the S-load function. Is that what you're talking about, Point Hexter? Yeah, not quite sure. I know that you're saying something good there, but I just can't. Pulsechain might make mainnet get wrecked. That's true. But I do think that Pulsechain, like we use stuff like Pulsechain could be the biggest vampire attack on Ethereum. Pulsechain could be the Ethereum killer, but also Pulsechain is scaling or helping to take away congestion from Ethereum. So all of those might be true at the same time. Obviously, if the first two are true, then because they're bigger magnitude, they're true. But I think they're all going to be running, right? It's not like it's always going to be big. And of course, Pulsechain. I think Pulsechain will take a lot of market share, and that's what I kind of think about, is how much market share will it take. So if the DEXs are doing, say 4.2 billion in volume on PulseX, for example, which is be the big killer app on top of Pulsechain, at least until the NFT marketplaces start up and running, like Minter and Power City and other ones that come on. OpenSea will be looking at. I wouldn't be surprised OpenSea be looking at Pulsechain. It seems like a no-brainer to me. They would be mad to let other exchanges just go on there when they've got the brand and the market position. So obviously they've done super well on Polygon with super cheap, super fast fees on there, as well as ETH there. So why wouldn't they go on to Pulsechain? So I think that's something that I'm expecting to see OpenSea quickly. I expect to see a lot of the big applications that have done well on Ethereum, and the ones that were struggling on Ethereum go on to Pulsechain. This is a no-brainer. It's everything that Ethereum is, but the way it should be. So it's just like, these guys are watching this. They know that. They're smart guys. They know where money is. They're going to follow the money, and the money is to Pulsechain. So yeah. The retail people might take a while to get in there if they've stuck in the other communities like Ripple community or Chainlink or Bitcoin or any of those, any particularly the maxi sides of those communities. They might take a little while to find out that they've got the airdrop, but I think it's a no-brainer. The project leaders, Mana and all the rest of them, they're going to know. They're going to go, wow, this is super fast, super cheap. Our product will actually work properly on this chain. So they'll be coming over. It just makes no sense why you'd stay on Ethereum and operate there without a UI and other stuff on or at least adapting to Pulsechain sense. And that goes for the centralized exchanges too. They want to make money. Pulsechain, man, it's going to be massive. So it seems like a no-brainer. Which means, for us who are sacrificers, to PulseX and Pulse, or we're trying to acquire it as soon as we can, maybe by using X or some other airdrop in the ratio trading before the bridge opens, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing value creation opportunity. Point says, just saying hi, says Bueno, nice. CJ says Hex is forming quite the flag. Yeah, that too, on a bigger scale, for sure. I'm just going to pull it up there. Hex is full of flags. Hex is full of flags, although we're not being patient at the moment. Man, once it goes from here, though, we're going to scale this up. Let's actually I'll get the other channel. I'm going to get the log chart on Hex because I think that's pretty cool. There's the log chart from Hex. Where have I got that? I always forget where it is because I've got so many links down here. Log chart. Hex price log chart. Let's have a look at this. Who's on the ad today? Hexologist is on the ad today. I'm gonna have to get on this advertising here. I don't know. That seems the. Oh, there's so many different chartings now. That's the only thing. This is on Uniswap Hex.vision link. You know, we're almost getting back into the channel there. Almost back into the channel. We're not far away. Zoom on that. Look, we're almost back in there. We can do it. I don't even know if I've got the. Let's pull that up a bit. That's about right. So we're almost back in that channel. All right. So what was I doing on here? The flag. I can't even remember what I was going to look at here, but definitely coming up on the price here. Then this price has got 16.1 cents. So I'm not sure what pair it's looking at the moment. Vision 1. So it's on Vision 1. That's why. Not Vision 2 or 3. But anyway, it's interesting. I've forgotten what I was going to look at there. That's a shame. I had a good idea what I was going to say, but there we are. Mike says, what are those spikes? The spikes in price, a lot of bot trades, MEV bot trades and stuff like that. And you can see that on the ETH gas price. If you see the ETH gas price, MEV bot trades, they spend a lot of gas, the front run, other trades. So Timmy says, is Hex is still bullish in a weekly time frame? Well, you should have pulled that up on there, but I don't have that on this one. Let me go on the let me pull that back up one more time. Since people are making good comments, I got to pull it up now. All right, let's take that to the weekly on that one. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice, isn't it? Pretty good. Yeah, looking good there. All right, cool zip. Overwatch said he predicts PHEX at 8,000%. I agree. I think it's going to be epic. So I agree with that one, CJ. Obviously, when the price does a big pullback, this is when people are most sort of like, oh, is the price ever going to do something great? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's what I was going to do on the chart. I just remembered what I was going to do. Thanks, CJ. You just refreshed my memory what I was going to do. Third time lucky, folks. Third time lucky. You know me. As I do this. This is a bad habit of mine, but hey, I went to the Hex Hedron there. Let's find this chart again. I've actually gone to the wrong one again. Hedron 3 log chart X. And we're going to take it off the log chart. This is the linear chart, and of course, if we scroll up here, now this obviously log chart's probably better for this, but what I'm trying to say is, if Hex gets up to my next target is on the low side of 60-70 cents, right? But if it gets up to $1, that's actually really psychologically awesome. If it gets up to $1, that's when people really start taking notice, particularly traditional money, and that would be very, very, very cool. Yeah, dollar is very bullish, man. And once you get $1, you start moving by 10-cent pieces, like 5 cents, 10 cents. At the moment, we're still moving, at maybe half a cent and a half, something like that, on these days, what's our best day here on this candle? 10 cents is our best day in a day. Back here, 10 cents. I think we did 10 cents back here on the 3rd of September. The 3rd of September? No, it was a day. I'm sure we did close 8 cents, 38. So maybe it was this 8th of September here. We had a big day there with a 10-cent range. But once we get up into the bigger amounts, right, it starts moving like that all the time. 5 cents, 10 cents. And of course, once you get in the dollars, you can move, $1.50 in a day on a big candle. You know what I mean? Like, it just starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it makes it look like what we're in at the moment looks really small. But of course, at the moment, it seems really big because we just had a pullback of 80%, 82%. Like I say, it doesn't make that much of a happen. Then you look at the log scale. It's not as deep here, so log scale. top of here. So looking at $3.11 there. Even if you go up a bit, so it's not too much further. This is kind of to $1 is here, like to $1. So that would be $1 there on the chart. So it's not too bad from that point of view. Very cool. CJ says Pointer says, hey, that Hex versus Hex was great discussion. Hex saying thanks. Yeah, it's cool. I'm trying and do more and more presentations and stuff like that. There's more spreadsheet stuff, more other stuff there. So I'm going to try and do more of that. CJ says, will eHex last a 5 for 5? What? Well, this is what we talked about this yesterday. I think the three positive things in its favor are the fact that the Ethereum roadmap is 6 years long, and of course they're trying to do their move to full proof of stake on Ethereum, maybe June, July, August, somewhere in that ballpark if they're on time. Obviously they're often delayed, and I won't say always delayed, but often delayed. And of course there are issues with that too, even if they get to that, but that won't necessarily make the pipe bigger, like the pipe bigger on Ethereum. And of course that's congestion, right? That's congestion. That's where you get the higher prices, and obviously it pulls off a bit when when the activity is lower. The other thing, of course, is that you got to take so you got that happening, and of course then the sharding is really what's going to get the TPS up. Maybe from, it's really low at the moment, right? It's like I think 8 or 9 transactions per second, maybe up to 25 theoretical, something like that. But originally Vitalik was talking about 100,000 transactions per second. I think recently, if I'm wrong, is around 10,000. So let me know in the chat if I'm pretty sure it's 10,000, but something like that. Anyway, so they need sharding to do that, and then of course it's in a progress where they roll out sharding to do all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try and do an update on that. It's been a while since I have looked at that, but that's my current knowledge of that play out. I have got the full got a couple of links there. I was going to do a topic on that. So cool. That's number one. Number two, of course, Pulsechain will take activity off Ethereum in terms of congestion, and 3 other chains take it off as well. Now, those are the 3 positive things that take off congestion and therefore reduce the chances of the higher price get lower prices. But on the other hand, the SLO function has been arbitrarily lifted many times now, and of course that's what impacts the looping, and of course the Hex stakes with having to loop through the rewards every day to work out what you got when you mature your stake. That's been the big issue. So that is the countenance to those 3 things. But I would see still fairly possible when the TPS increases. Maybe that's something that can be petitioned as well. But that should, even with the TPS, something that should over time make the long stakes in Hex better off. That's what I mean. The value in Hex price should stay, even in the short, medium term. It might be a little bit up and down. I think that over the longer term, maybe that's going to play out. But like you say, that's 5,555 days of S-load calls, right? Bam, 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 bam. That does add up. So yeah, the chain nearly needs to get the TPS up and get dramatically, from that. So I don't know what that is. So I don't even know if they're looking at 100,000 over the 6-year period. Obviously, the chain's going to continue to grow in transactions. So that's the other thing that we've taken out. But let's say divided by 10, let's say, that's a 10,000x in capacity. So we'll see. So Ethereum mainnet will be around 2037. Phew! Yeah. Probably their point X. That good one. We will be around then, says CJ. Yeah. Overwatch has staked to 200 million for 5 for 5. It's going to ride the same rate as PX. Yeah, that's true. Good observation there, Brennan. Rise. Yeah. Wish I had that crystal ball, says CJ. Brennan says it will continue to perform just as well. The less staked on eHex, the higher the payout, bro. Less staked on eHex, the higher. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the reward pool's over here, and the amount of t-shirts here. The less t-shirts there are, the more Hex per t-shirt that you're going to get, and that's what the projections show. That's why Core talk about in the future. It won't just be 6 Hex per t-shirt. It'll be 60 Hex per t-shirt eventually. It just will go up over time. And those who have T-shares the longest, that's why people say if you got T-shares the longest, that's you're going to get so much more in the volume there. Now that takes out other issues, of course, liquidity in the pool, demand, and things like that. Those are separate issues, but it certainly is the case for the volume of Hex that you're getting. Steak and bake, steak and bacon steaks is CJ. What else we got there? Al Merlos is in house. Hex token is on. Woo! Yeah. We're trying to do 2 live shows, so I'm trying to get the right time frames. So hopefully I'll get there. AK says, will mainnet also have a 10 million PLSX cap for staking? I don't believe so, AK. I think it's going to have, there might be different pool options, because I think that's just a demo, from what I can tell, about third-party dApps. Third-party one single side staking. So hopefully they'll have a couple of different projects just rotating through. Remember, it is on a time limit as well. So maybe they have a certain amount of rewards, and once they're gone, and they allocate that to people. So the 10 million cap may apply to some pools, it may not. We'll see. It's a little bit uncertain, but like I said, it's kind of may or may not apply. We'll see how that sets up. CJ says obviously, because the thing with 10 million is that you obviously can set up the wallets, and there is ways around it. People might have like 500 wallets to set up or something like that. I don't know. This says we are already through the large end staking for that year. Liquidity will thin out, and our precious will see appreciation. And that's the other side too. And I keep saying this, that Hex is getting scarce, even though we don't see it in the price at this stage. The actual supply of Hex is getting scarce. We still have I still think we've got. Obviously, we're getting a stock split, so we're getting Hex on a Pulsechain. But I do think that a lot of Hex is in a lot of hardcore staker hands. And I think that we're still maybe another 18 months away for the front, the short-term stakers to really continue breaking up. As I keep saying, I point that out a lot, that they're breaking up over time. Or I should put it this way, they're breaking up over time. The wave is becoming smaller at the front of the staking pool. And slowly they make different decisions. That's because people make different decisions. The share rate dilutes them. That's the biggest one, right? And then the second one is some of them sell. Some of them stake longer and stuff like that. So you got different decisions being made around that. So it's kind of cool. Brennan says, "My precious." Yeah, that's it. My precious. Yeah, that's the Hex there. Nice. What month do you think that Pulsechain will go live? Well, so currently the earliest date I have is the 18th of April. So let's say late April, early May. It's kind of in the ballpark there. It just depends what Richard does with V3 liquidity. I want V3 liquidity in, so I would hope that he's able to do that. I think he does. I get the sense that he does. They're working on private test servers. They just needed an approach. They needed to decide on an approach, say, hey, this is the way we're going to do it, because V3 liquidity is different from V2. V2, you have the equal amount of both tokens on the pool with the X times Y equals K formula. Whereas on the other one, you can have just on one side of the pool, and it doesn't get distributed along the price curve. It just takes in. You can target particular points in the price curve, so it's a lot more complicated. Whereas in the V2, it gets distributed. So it's going to be interesting. They just need to make an approach. I think they must have an approach, because he said they're testing different stuff out on the testnet server. So that's my guess on there. Brennan says, "One Hex to rule them all." Yeah. One Hex to rule them all. I like that. We all thought months ago, lol, says CJ. Charity Dunning says, "Is there another NFT platform doing a sacrifice with MCR? NFT platform doing?" I'm aware, Charity. You would probably be better closer to that but you're not aware. I imagine Market Capital is going to be doing a lot of other projects on their pool, because that's kind of what they set up for, right? They set up to do pool sacrifices. That's how they got there. I imagine they're going to evolve a bit over time, because they've been pretty successful. So it's going to be interesting. Gal's in the house. Hey, buddy. Hey, good to see you, Gal. Thomas says, "We're live." Hey, we're live. Yeah, we are live, Thomas. Good to see you in the chat, by the way. Good to see you. Love seeing people in the chat there. It's so good. Sandy Beach says, "I like this time frame." Me too. Sandy, good to see Sandy, another Hex Token channel member in the house and awesome community member. Big shout out to Sandy. Pablo says, "Hit that like button." Yeah, hit the subscribe, like, share. Hey, we're heading towards 3,800 subs. So we're up to 3,710. So if you haven't subscribed, it would be helpful as we head towards 3,800. we're trying to get into the middle of the pack. Middle of the pack at the moment. That's the ambition, obviously, of the content creators. So cool. Sandy Beach is in the house. NFT on Pulse. NFT on Pulse.io. They are doing live stream tonight. Okay, cool. Now I have got some. I think I'm going to have some correspondence with Emma, MCR, and Power City, but that's pretty cool. Let's check that out. NFT on Pulse.io. NFT on Pulse. Did I type that right? On Pulse.io. Look at that. Hello, a pretty fancy website, I must say. That's with the cool little webs there. You moved the mouse around, so I've got one of those trailers on it. Hello, we are on Pulse, a brand new NFT marketplace built on Pulsechain. Interesting. What else they got here? A little menu. Join us on Telegram. Tweet at us. Quick read on Medium. Join the conversation on Reddit. Our NFT group on Reddit. Read our new blog. Let's go to the blog, see what they got on there. That's cool. Thanks, Charity. It's a good topic to bring up. Join our whitelist here. What time is it on the thing? 1:11. Join our whitelist. Welcome creators. NFT. It's decentralized NFT marketplace. Pulsechain debt, buy, sell, trade, auction NFTs, and other fungible tokens. Beta is coming soon, and reserve now. So what they got there. Thank you for your interest on NFT market. We're excited to open our whitelist and have creators like yourself take part in our beta platform. Please stay tuned for updates. Okay, cool. And what else there? They got the reserve now button. Does that do anything? No, nothing yet. And other than that, they've got the Twitter. Let's have a look at their Twitter. Looks like it's coming to market cap. Decentralized NFT marketplace. Creators, what's this? 21st. Creators of How to Pulse is launching an NFT. Okay, so obviously How to Pulse is a really great site. Obviously, we've used that on this channel a lot. That's pretty positive as well. Want a sneak peek here? They've obviously done a little video there. 1 hour ago, live stream tonight on Magic Carpet Ride channel, and live stream coming soon. So cool. Looks pretty nice on the phone there. Pulsechain is fantastic. Pulsechain is Fantasy Island. That was 19 hours ago. What else we got there? Get ready, Uniswap holders. Cool. Set there, airdrop. What is this? Get ready, Uniswap holders. What could be better than a large bag of Uni tokens? Too bad. That's nice. NFTs and Pulsechain solved the problem. Nice. All right, cool. So they got entering that market on the NFT space. It's going to be fascinating. We're going to have a couple of pretty interesting competitions with the NFT marketplaces there. That's going to be pretty funny to watch there. So let's have a look at the sneak peek here. I'll just mute that. But your chance dominate the market. Creators of howtopulse.com, and they do a great site. So if you've been on howtopulse.com, that's pretty neat. So it's going to be a lot of competition for the NFT space coming over, right? So the 721, the 1155 contracts, large NFT collection with most up-to-date features. Looks like they're probably ahead too in terms of development of the website. That'd be pretty good on the app. Out into products coming soon. That's a nice little promo there. Let's see what they've got on the channel there. It's on How to Pulse, so cool. I like it. That's cool. I think they'll do very well. This could be very well if they've got a nice setup with the profit sharing. I think that could do very well. Obviously, if there's not a lot in it for you, obviously they're going to do something that's a good profit sharing. Otherwise, people are not going to sacrifice for it. But obviously, How to Pulse is a really good community content provider, and they give you a lot of information on their website. So I think that's going to be pretty big. And really good. Thanks, Charity, for that one. That was very nice. Yep, that's it with How to Pulse. Sandy's in the house. Nice. And Robson says, do you think another 10,000 X is possible for X over the next 15 years? Yeah, sure. Could do. Scarcity is the key. Demand's the key. Yeah, easily. Could do that. Sandy's in the house with Jim Rat Crypto. Good. GRC, good to see you. What else we got there? Sandy's got the link too. Charity says they are streaming in 20 minutes. I might have to see what their thing is. I like to put a teeny bit in non-RH projects. Nice one, Charity. Yeah, I notice you like that. I think a lot of people like to just put a little bit of their just like speculative amount in the bag like that. It's a little bit of fun. I like obviously the main stuff there in the main channels. Hex Hedron says hi everybody. Hey, good to see you, Hex Hedron. Love the names. Once again, so many cool names in the chat there. Hex Token, hope you're good, mate. Hey, Shell Fox, I'm very good. Thank you very much. And great to see all the many faces in the chat there. Paying attention, says Thomas. Yeah. What else we got? Thomas says, I hope Jim Rat Crypto is doing well. Nice. And CJ says to Robinson, where else can you get 38% APY other than X? That's true. Very, very cool. All right, so looking good there. Let us jump out there. I'll probably let me go over here. We're gonna check out the prices on the way out. I'll probably talk about these guys again. That's pretty cool. Let's go to quickly to the sacrifice page, see whether it's already up on this site. Obviously, I think Help to Pulse runs this site that we've been using anyway. Yeah, Hex Pulse. We've got these three on at the moment, sacrifices, Chaos Verse and Pulsechain. Because Chaos Verse, I think, is also NFT marketplace, if I remember rightly. Pretty sure Chaos versus Chaos is the first AMM and DEX on Pulsechain. Okay, so they're doing a DEX 2. Chaos provides the first bridge between Pulsechain and ERC20 is the lowest trading fees. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good move, so that's not too bad. That's Chaos. Now they've got a small sacrifice though at this stage. So I don't know whether they haven't had a lot of attention to it or what, but they're still going. I think they're still got a long way to go before the sacrifice year, so they've still got some days to go. It's a flat rate all the way through, so that means it doesn't matter when you enter in there. They're finishing off later at the end of May there, so interesting. I don't know much about the team at all, so it's not something I'm talking about much. And then we got Pulse LN. I don't know anything about these teams. Pretty small sacrifice too. They're pulling a bridge, so cool. So another bridge there. And bridges, as I said, there's going to be a lot of third-party bridges. I think bridges is going to be pretty popular. But having good, reliable bridges, that's what you want to have. Cool sample at the moment. Cool, like that. Definitely interesting. Cool. Let's jump over to the Hex price. Currently 15.4 cents. And Hedron, 2,800. Looking nice. And here we go. Get Hex says, hi all from Oz. Great stream once again, Superman. Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Sandy Beach says Chaos Verse had a private sale back in November. Don't ask how I know. Sandy, you know because you keep up to date. You're so up to date with stuff, so that's why. Pretty easy on that. All right, cool. Hey, it's an hour and a half. I'm going to probably wrap up, but I'll be doing a second live show later today, and we'll be picking up some specialty topics on there. You know me, I love them. So we're going to get into that. Hope you guys have had a lot of fun. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and catch me later on today. I'm going to be trying to do earlier in the day like this, probably this or a bit earlier, and later in the day. So hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. Should be cool. Sandy Beach got the smiley face there. Nice one. Yeah, in tears. I love it. All right, cool. Let's go into the house here. Thanks for watching. And we're going to wrap up here as well. So let's post. If you're a Hex Token channel member, you know how we roll. Smash out those emojis on the way out, and I will see you again shortly as we move to 2 live streams a day. And I got a lot more news coming, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Bye for now. Take care. Dancing with